Hey there, it's Helene. It's Travelkiddo. And today I was thinking we would go to Morocco. So, my traveling folks, if you go to an Islamic country, sometimes the wine's not so good because people who are Islamic by culture, their religion, they don't drink a lot of wine. So they generally do not make a lot of really good wines. So I was very, very surprised to come across this town called Voulabalouse. It's like a Roman ruins in the middle, just outside of Rabat. But what I loved about it was the wine was delicious. And one of the tour guide that we had, he was awesome. And he says, we're like Islamic light. So in other words, that they like to enjoy, they still drink in moderation, obviously, but they're not so as serious with their religious convictions as some of the other Islamic people were. But even if they were, that's okay. They still recognized that they could grow very good wine in the area. So when they made this wine, it was outstanding. I was so impressed. The last time I was in a country, I can't remember what the country was, but when I was there, I tried one of their local wines and I was like, you should never feed this to anybody. I wanted to like slap the waiter for bringing it. It was so awful. So, the good news when you travel, a lot of times wine is very inexpensive when you travel most places. And so you can get a really good feel. Always try the local wine. You may not like it. I recently went to South Dakota and they had a rhubarb wine and I knew I wasn't going to like it because it was very jammy and sweet. I'm from Florida, so we have a lot of citrus wines that I just wouldn't touch because I'm not a soda drinker. I don't drink teas and sweet drinks, so I'm certainly not going to drink a wine that's very sweet. But I was very impressed. They had in South Dakota, they had a Zinfandel from the South Dakota, the Black Hills. And so I asked her to bring me, so one thing, here's a little hack for you. Most restaurants, if you tell them to bring you a small little sample of the wine, you don't have to commit to a whole glass. Doesn't matter how expensive it is. If you don't like it, I don't want you to drink it. So you can have them bring you just a little small sample of the wine. And if you like it, grab it. If you don't, move to something else. So so just when you're going places, get rid of those preconceived notions, these prejudices that we kind of put on ourselves, and we put something, Indian wine. When I was in India the first time, wine was awful. It was so terrible. But when I was in Mumbai a couple years ago, I was in the capital in Mumbai, and I had this wine that I was floored, and they made it there. And I was so impressed because they've really been growing as a country. They appreciate the travelers come through and they want to offer the best that they can offer. So search for those wines, try them. But if you can't get to India, if you can't get to Morocco, go to the local store and look in those other areas. Go for the foreign titles and ask the people. Tell them you want this, you want a sweet wine, you want a dry red, you want a nice buttery white. Tell them what you want. They'll help you find, and they'll be able to take you on a little vacation. You get to do a little traveling through your wine, maybe pair a good meal, maybe some couscous with your Moroccan wines. So look for that and go travel through your taste buds.